The men's ice hockey team traveled to Norwich for a game of unbeatens. Could they pull out the win? And we talked to the captain of the women's hockey team, Caitlin Hayes, about Pink the Rink and her mother's battle with breast cancer. So stay tuned because we have highlights, scores, and more. Let's go.
This is Spartan Sports Weekly!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Spartan Sports Weekly. I'm Kyle Turner, and here's what's going on at Castleton Sports. The men's basketball team had 3 games this past week. First, they traveled to UMaine Farmington on Friday, December 2nd. The Spartans shot only 28.7% from the field the entire game, while the Beavers shot 52% from the field. That would be the difference in this one, as the Spartans fall to the Beavers 95-78. Then on Saturday, the Spartans took on the Terriers of Thomas College, and boy, was this a close game. The Spartans led 50-42 at the half and were able to put the Terriers back in their kennels with a final score of 91-90. Junior forward Mark Comstock led the Spartans with 24 points, while sophomore guard Matt Cooney came in off the bench and put up a career-high 19 points while grabbing 9 rebounds. And finally, the Spartans came back home to take on Skidmore College at Glenbrook Gymnasium. The Spartans managed to tie the game up at 94 with a last-second layup from Matt Cooney off of a Greg Hughes pass, but the Thoroughbreds took control in overtime, outscoring the Spartans 14-5 and winning the game by a final score of 108-99. Senior guard Greg Hughes had a career-high 28 points for the Spartans, while Mark Comstock had 21 points with 5 rebounds and 4 assists. The Spartans are now 2-4 with a 1-1 record in the NAC. The women's basketball team also traveled to Maine Farmington and Thomas College. First, they took on the Beavers of Maine Farmington. The Spartans exploded in the first half, outscoring the Beavers 32-15 and never looked back as they dominated in this one, winning by a final score of 67-32. Sophomore guard Alyssa Leonard led the Spartans with 13 points. Senior forward Vanessa Powers also contributed with 12 points. Then on Saturday, the Spartans took on Thomas College. The Spartans forced the Terriers to commit 33 turnovers and sent them back to the pound with a final score of 72-44. Alyssa Leonard almost had a triple-double with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. Freshman guard Alyssa Moore added a career-high 17 points in the game as the Spartans improved to 5-1 overall with a 2-0 record in the NAC. The men's ice hockey team traveled to Norwich last Friday night to take on the Cadets in ECAC East action. The Spartans fell behind quickly 3-0 and battled back with this goal from Colin Murray, but they came up short and they lost their first game of the season 3-2. The Spartans then traveled to take on St. Mike's College. First period tied at 0. Josh Harris comes around from behind the net. He tries to center it and he gets it back, and he would stuff it home for the 1-0 lead. Later in the first period, Dan Bell goes to the net, and Colin Murray pulls off a dipsy-doodle dandy for the backhanded goal. Spartans go up 2-0. Then in the third period, Ryan Frost comes down the left wing, and he must have been thirsty because he knocks down the water bottle off of the net, and the Spartans go on to win it 5-2. The Spartans are now ranked 4th in the nation with an overall record of 10-1, with an ECAC East record of 7-1. The women's ice hockey team played host to UMass Boston for their annual Pink the Rink event. The team wore pink jerseys for the game to raise money for breast cancer awareness. This game was a close one. Third period tied at 0. Catherine Dembowski cannot handle the rebound, and Dylan Karen is there to knock it in. Beacons up 1-0. 2 minutes later, the shot from the point gets blocked, but Karen is there again, and she beats Dembowski blocker side for the 2-0 lead. Then in the third period, on the power play, the Spartans would win the faceoff, and it gets back to Christine Newton at the point. She takes the shot, it goes off the goalie, and Jade Werger knocks in the rebound, but the Spartans would fall 2-1. We all know that Pink the Rink raises awareness for breast cancer, but what you may not know is that it means something special to senior captain Caitlin Hayes and her mom, Nikki. Nikki Hayes was diagnosed with breast cancer in March of 2011. Telling her family was tough, especially when it came to her daughter, Caitlin.
My 21st birthday was March 17th, so I went home to celebrate with my family, and we all went out to dinner that night. And we didn't find out until the next weekend when I had come back to school. She called me and told me the news. And it was just, the only thing I could think was how did she not, break down and cry at dinner?
In a recent phone interview, Nikki told me how she went about telling Caitlin the bad news.
We celebrated her birthday, and then she actually had to come back to school for something. So we told the rest of the girls, and then I called Caitlin and let her know, and she was very, very upset. But she has a lot of good friends in the Castleton area that helped her.
I spoke to Nikki about what the Pink the Rink game means to her.
Well, it's great that there's a college team of young women who are very aware of how important an event like this is. They have a great attitude towards it. They, really enjoy all the spectators that come. They like to play a good, hard game. They're very into the jerseys that are being auctioned off.
Before the game on Friday, Nikki was able to participate in a ceremonial puck drop, with Caitlin taking the face-off.
Got a little teary-eyed. Some of the players got a little teary-eyed just watching, but she was just so happy to be there, just to be around so many people.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun, and it meant a lot to both of us. She had the jersey that we bid on and bought through the lottery, and I have been very involved in her entire hockey career. So it was really fun to, even though it was a ceremonial puck drop, to participate in that with her.
A few days before the game, Nikki had her last radiation treatment, which seemed like it had come at the perfect time.
When I talked to her on the day that it was over, she just was just so happy to not have this little nagging thing to have to always go and do. She will have to go back for her annual appointments and everything, but it's, she has her days back now. She can go to her daily schedule uninterrupted, and for our whole family, that's just something that we will always be grateful for, but we'll always have in the back of our minds, though. It's just one of those things that helps you remember how important your family is, and that at any time something like this could pop up and affect anyone.
All right, and we wish the Spartan women's hockey team good luck the rest of the season, and also to Caitlin Hayes and her family. Then on Saturday, the Spartans played host to St. Anselm first period. The Hawks try to clear it, but Caitlin Hayes keeps it in, and Nicole Ruman gets the puck and stuffs it in to give the Spartans the 1-0 lead. Later in the first period, Danielle Roberts gets the puck at the point, and her shot gets tipped in by Megan Holbert, but the Hawks would tie it up, and that would send it into overtime. The Hawks almost score early on Dembowski, but she ends up saving the puck and covers it. On the ensuing faceoff, Jade Werger strips the Hawks defenseman of the puck. She must be hungry for some Gouda because she goes top cheese on the St. Anselm goalkeeper, and the Spartans go on to win it in overtime 3-2 and improve to 4-4 with a record of 4-2 in the ACAC East. We also have a few honors and awards for Spartan athletics. The men's ski team is coming into this season ranked 6th nationally. Spartan wide receiver Brandon Boyle was named to the 2011 D3Football.com All-East Regional 3rd team. And Castleton's favorite soccer player, Courtney Chadburn, was named the Cosita Academic All-American of the Year. And here's a list of the upcoming games for the Spartans. Men's basketball takes on Husson December 9th at 5:30 p.m. And then men's basketball takes on Maine Maritime December 10th at 1 p.m. Women's basketball takes on Husson December 9th at 7:30 p.m. And then they take on Maine Maritime December 10th at 3 p.m. And then women's basketball takes on Norwich December 13th at 7 p.m. Women's hockey is at New England College December 10th at 1 p.m. And then women's hockey is home against Buffalo State December 11th at 12 p.m. That's all we have for you on this edition of Spartan Sports Weekly. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter at the addresses below. We are also on PEG TV at the following times. For all of us here at Spartan Sports Weekly, I'm Kyle Turner. We'll see you next time.